Hi, I'm Bucky from The Female Lead, and today we have an amazing interview with AC Bradley, the spectacular writer behind the brand new Marvel animated series, What If? Marvel's What If flips the script on the MCU, reimagining famous events from the films in unexpected ways. Featuring a voice cast that includes a host of stars reprising their roles, Marvel's What If is available now on Disney+. Thank you very much for joining us today. I have some delicious questions for you.
Let's go.
First up, we'll start with an easy one. Which was your favourite episode of What If and why?
Oh, that's the easy question? Yep. I don't think, when it comes to What If, I don't think I have a favorite episode per se. They're all very different and very fun. The biggest surprise was probably the writing of the Doctor Strange episode. Not to give too much away, it's a very serious episode, and get that from the trailer. And going into it, I was scared I would have to go to a dark place and revisit some of the losses I faced in life. Because that's what Doctor Strange does. And when I sat down to write it, it took me about 2 days to get started. And then it came very fast because I realized at the end of it, it's all about how loss propels us forward. And sometimes it takes us to darker places. But if we're lucky, we can learn from it. And we can learn from the love that that person gave us and move forward in our lives. So when I sat down to write it, it came so much faster. And I felt like I had accidentally given myself a real gift by letting me explore basically what loss is and how we deal with it and how we deal with trauma.
Amazing. I haven't seen that one yet, of course, but yeah. I can't wait. I love it when you can take stuff like Marvel Universe and get a bit deep with it. That's exactly my kind of thing. From what I've seen, I personally loved the Captain Carter episode. That hit very many levels of awesome for me. And something I loved about the Captain Carter episode is with her sort of super soldier transformation, you portrayed her as physically bigger and buffer than before, whereas so often even physically strong female characters are still designed with sort of a male gaze in mind. They're very rarely like really tall, very rarely super muscular. There's still a focus on kind of like a performative femininity, and they're quite often wearing skimpy outfits. But your design for Captain Carter melds like extreme physical strength with the bold, powerful, recognizable Peggy Carter. So I was just wondering, what inspiration did you take for Captain Carter's look? And what do we have to do to get Hayley Atwell in that suit?
Okay, there's a couple of questions there. When it came to creating the design of Captain Carter, so that fell quite a bit to Ryan Meinerding, who is the artistic god of Marvel. And Victoria Alonso, actually, I remember her being a very strong voice in meetings about we want her to still look like a woman, but we also want her to look like a hero. And that she was the one very much making sure there was no male gaze in the design. Yeah. This is actually one of the earlier designs is behind me. And there was always this notion of she needs to be strong, but who she is. When I was writing the script, the what if everyone thinks of is what if Agent Carter became the first Avenger? But really, this is not a spoiler, it's in the first 2 minutes. What if Peggy Carter stayed in the room? Because woman staying in the room is what changes the world. And the notion of this script is, this isn't Peggy gets the serum and now she can be a superhero. She was always a hero, but now the outside gets to match the inside. She gets to be a force to be reckoned with. She has the space and the ability and the chance to be the hero we all knew she could be, even from the first Avenger. When it comes to working with Hayley Atwell, this is my second show with her. Look, to be honest, Hayley could play Ben Grimm in the Fantastic Four and be the best. Hayley, I would follow her into war. I would die very quickly, but I would follow Hayley Atwell into war. So from your lips to Kevin Feige's ears, let's get that woman in a suit.
I know, right? Tell me about it. Like, even since Agent Carter, like episode 1, I'm like, come on, can we just get her in these films like now? she's amazing. Speaking of, What If has the most incredible voice cast, like absolutely amazing. Was there anyone that kind of surprised you in terms of their voice acting or how they kind of brought your writing to life?
When it came to the voice cast, they're all so amazing. Probably my favorite accidental surprise was Kat Dennings is in an episode that's been announced. And Darcy Lewis, I realized while writing her, is me with 2 beers. That's the fun, the quippy, the irreverent, the saying a little too much. Yeah, you put 2 beers in me, that's me. So in animation, there's something called scratch recording, where we have temporary voices when we're trying out the script, when we're trying out the animation, before we get the MCU actor in. Mm-hmm. So usually we hire actual actors to do this, and who are amazing. But me and the editors, we were joking, they're like, why don't you give it a shot? And I was like, I can't act. I don't act at all. And they were like, oh, come on. And I've worked with Joel and Graham for years. So we burst open a bottle of whiskey at 10 a.m., had a little liquid courage. I had a blast recording scratch with them, just like in the edit bay, making jokes, adding things on. Ha ha ha. Go have a big lunch, totally fine. Cut to 4 weeks later, I'm in the edit bay and we're watching the first animatic cut with Kevin. And the part, Darcy Lewis appears on screen and it's my voice and I am drunk. I am sitting there going, I'm a little tipsy in that. I am definitely tipsy. And I just wanted the couch to devour me. I have never been so uncomfortably embarrassed. It's like your dad catching you like with a boy. You're like, oh, good God. Oh, good God. And the episode finishes. Kevin's like, that was great. That was awesome. And then he looks at me and he goes, you did pretty good, but we got to cut some of those jokes. You're a little lewd. And I was like, yes, sir. Yes, of course. I'm very sorry, sir. So I learned the hard way that while writing Darcy Lewis is very fun, it can be very tricky.
That's amazing. That's amazing. Which kind of animated movies or series would you say have inspired you most as a writer?
Oh, I mean, I love animation. It's a medium of patience because you'll write something and you'll see it 3 years later.
Yeah.
And it's also a smaller medium in the fact that everyone kind of knows each other. But the shows that have really inspired me in the past, I mean, my favorite show growing up was Chippendale's Rescue Rangers, which I'm so happy is coming back. And then everyone's favorite love is Batman the Animated Series. You can't get much better than that. That's also a show people forget was very much standalone and had such a simplistic design, but at times they were able to get there with the character, with the emotion. And if anything, that taught me, Batman the Animated Series taught me that animation can go to places with character that people don't realize.
Yeah.
That you can go deeper.
Yeah, I'm a huge animation nerd myself as well. So having Marvel combined with animation for me is just like hits every mark for me. Something I never thought I would see in the way that they're doing with What If, because I love those comics as well. So yeah, it's fantastic. Last one, a bit of a deep one to end on, I think. But obviously, again in the Captain Carter episode, we see some fantastic social commentary regarding women's experience in the 1940s and all that sort of thing. Do any of Peggy's struggles in her life with that, in her professional life, reflect your own experience at all as a writer in animation?
So the whole what if of Captain Carter is what if Peggy stayed in the room? Like, what if she had the chance to just be there, be part of it? And it's not even a big moment in the movies. It's this very small throwaway line. But once I saw that, I was like, oh, that's the what if. It's a woman staying in the room because, yes, in the 1940s, that's a big statement. And I think in 2021, it's still a very powerful one. Women need a place at the table. Women need to stay part of the discussion because this is how we change the world. This is how, I don't know how to say it better than that. We have the strength, we have the abilities, but at times we're pushed to the side. The reason I use AC is because when I was younger, I realized the phrase that was linked to my writing wasn't genre, wasn't character. It was, oh, she's a chick. So the second I dropped Ashley Catherine and became AC, the comment was, I couldn't even tell she was a woman. Or I didn't realize she was a woman, which is a little sad. And it's a choice I had to make because I had to put my career before anything else. But I don't regret it because it's given me the opportunity to write women like Captain Carter and Pepper Potts. And we do a very different version of Nebula in the series. And I can't be more grateful.
Thank you. That is an amazing answer. You've been amazing.
Oh, thank you so much.
Thank you so much for the time. What If is truly a masterpiece. So thank you. Thank you so much for bringing it to us.
Thank you.